Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session on this 12-hour day of collective healing. We have Amber with us, and I am going to turn everything over to her momentarily. But I just wanted, again, to introduce myself. My name is Curdy Lindgren, and I am the technology goddess for today, running all of the Zoom platforms through my Zoom account. Nicole, I want to thank you for hosting the course registration platform at your website, www.theessentialnicole.com. I want to thank Jacqueline and the Spiritual Touch Healing Boutique in Spokane Valley, Washington, for hosting the Facebook event page. And again, I'm Curdy, hosting Zoom, and these sessions are being recorded for future replay. So we have turned your microphones off. Please use the chat button at the bottom of your screen to ask any questions of Amber, and I'll help by letting her know that there are questions as well. So Amber, I cannot thank you enough. We, Nicole, Jacqueline, and I cannot thank you enough for saying yes to being part of this amazing day. And I want to turn everything over to you now.
Thank you so much. I was so excited to be asked. Anytime I can talk about stones and crystals, I'm there. So, and a special thank you to you, Curdy, Nicole, and Jacqueline for letting me be part of this and for hosting this for us. So now that I've said hi, I'm gonna switch to my presentation. Oh, sorry, I've got my email up and everyone's. Okay, and I started it right in the middle.
And what I'm seeing is like a desktop screen, and then your presentation.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we're good.
I had my tech husband set this up for me so that I could have the screen showing a desktop instead of my stuff, and I forgot. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about releasing fear and worries with stones and why that's important to me. So one of the important things to know about me is I'm a mother of 3 kids, and I love to travel. I love helping people release things that are holding them back. I get to do that through foot zoning and coaching, and it's one of my favorite things to do. I love working with stones. Since I was a little girl, I've loved stones. And I even have my first geode still from Santa that I asked for when I was probably 7 or 8. And that's just how much I love working with stones. And I've known, well, another thing about me is I was skeptical. So I've known stones had meanings and they had, kind of definitions or properties, but that was kind of an unspoken thing that was nice, but not something that I should believe in. So you can imagine my surprise the first time I felt something from stones, and I was so blown away and excited that I just had to keep experimenting. So my 2 little girls, they love being equal, and they also love jewelry. So I started to buy some things for them. I bought 2 fluorite stones, and while it helped one daughter feel calmer and more at peace, the other daughter felt agitated, irritated, and completely grumpy. And that shocked me at first because that's not what the stone said it would do in the definition. So I quickly learned that not every stone is for every person, and not every person reacts the same way to each stone. And removing the stone off the daughter that became irritable and grumpy, she would calm down within 10 minutes and be back to her calmer self. So I learned quickly that there's something to this, and it quickly became my passion and wanting to help people understand why these work, why we have to pay attention and bring awareness to when we're using them. And that's been my passion for the past couple years. All right, so why picking the right stones is important. It's important because atoms are grouped together to form molecules, and each stone has its own unique molecular structure that produces steady energetic vibration. So once this vibration enters our energy field, we try to match the energy of the stone. And that can lead us to feeling more irritated or more at peace, depending on the match, if it's a match with our energy or not. So when I'm wearing one stone, I might feel confident and able to speak up and say my truth, where another stone, I might be releasing so quickly, I'll be grumpy, irritable, and just having a horrible day. So I don't want that for any of you. Oh, it's not gonna, my slide isn't gonna move over. I apologize, I'm not sure. There. Okay, entrainment is what I want to talk to you about next. So Chris Hugan is an inventor of the pendulum clock. And around 1665, he discovered that if you mount two pendulum clocks on the same board, the pendulums will synchronize together, so if they're given long enough time. So when small amounts of energy transfer between two systems, they begin to produce balanced feedback, resulting in entrainment. So when our energy field is like up and down throughout our day, depending on the experiences we're having in our daytime, and the stone is stable, and whatever molecules and atoms were around when that stone was built by the earth, it is that vibration stays that vibration. So that's why we entrain to the stone and not the other way around. All right, so why does it work for me versus somebody else? And I kind of already explained this, but we all have unique energy fields. We vibrate differently from stones because they stay the same. And because we are all different, we need different things, and we need different vibrations from different stones. One that helps me might not help you in the exact same way. And that is what I get to talk about, is just bringing awareness into your daily use of stones. So the first step is when especially when you're using them on your daily use and you're wearing them on your person for long periods of time. If you're using them in a layout, it's not going to disturb you as much. If you're wearing one that could be not as great of a match for you, it's still going to help you do what its properties are supposed to do. But if you're wearing it on your person all day, that's when you really need to bring that awareness in. So notice how you feel before and while you're wearing the stone. And if you're feeling off and not quite yourself, remove the stone and notice how you feel afterward. Do you feel better? Do you calm back down? Then you can pay attention. You'll just know, okay, that was the stone's vibration that was interfering with something in me that I need to be more mindful about. Okay, so we don't want any mama bear moments when we're using stones, or papa bear, any bear. And I just realized that I think I have my outdated slide up because that picture is not current. Just 1 second. I'm so sorry. We were talking about retrogrades, right? My apologies here. Just 1 second.
No worries. Take your time, Amber.
Yeah, I was like, hey, my cute picture didn't change. Because I had a better picture. You'll see what I mean when I put it up. Yeah, we don't want any bear-like moments when we're using stones. So we're going to use mindfulness. Okay. All right. So how do we go about doing this and choosing the right stones for our fear release? First, it's good to know a little bit about each stone and their energetic properties. And this isn't a diagnosis or a promise. It's just information for you to decide if that stone that you were attracted to, or to decide what specific needs you have that might be met through using this stone. So I'm going to go over 10 different ones with different angles of fear and worry. We're going to start with black tourmaline. Now, black tourmaline is a very protective stone, and it's a really strong stone. It soaks up negative energy like a sponge. So this includes energy from within you and from outside of you. So it's great for releasing deep fears from your past. However, this can be a bit intense, and if in some cases where you might need to pair it with another stone to calm that intensity. And rose quartz is really great at soothing those releases if you find yourself having black tourmaline be a yes for your energy, but it's pulling out too quickly and it's feeling too intense. So once we get to rose quartz, I'll explain another reason why these two go really well together. And this process is just really great at relieving your worries as well. Black tourmaline is a great stone for all your chakras. So if you do find one's not quite in balance, you could rest with that on that chakra. And it's not just for your root or for your earth star, but it's really great in those spaces too. All right. So, and like I said, it doesn't create that intensity for everyone, just sometimes it can. Okay, smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is known for protecting as well, and it protects you from any unwanted energy, but specifically the energies that become overwhelming to us. So if we find ourselves in a frenzy over something we heard or something we think might happen, and we become so overwhelmed that we're kind of frozen in that fear or overwhelm, then it's really great at helping you move through that, clearing that out, getting you back to where you're thinking clearly so you can have a clear head. It's really grounding, and so is black tourmaline, by the way, grounding stones. And it soothes that fear right back down. Okay, and as we're going through these 10 stones, if you have one that stands out to you and you own one, it'd be great to grab it because we are going to do a visualization with them after I share all these. Okay, so banded carnelian is great at protecting your energy from envy and rage, especially when it's from others, but it also helps when it's from you, within you. So calming that anger and banishing emotional negativity and replacing it with love is one of the big jobs of carnelian. Now, it releases fear of stage fright, and I love that. So I've used this before on stage, and it does help calm down that little nervousness that we get. And also fears of death, even carnelian can calm those. So the quartz, this one's banded. So what's the quartz and agate that are banded in between the carnelian, they add an extra calming, amplifying energy in a smooth way. So it's really steady. It's kind of slower in that way. It's not a quick release like black tourmaline. It's just nice, soothing, stable energy. Okay, and not black tiger's eye. Tiger's eye, wouldn't that be fun to have black tiger's eye? Anyway, tiger's eye, it helps sharpen your senses and paying attention to your abilities and your creativity. And by sharpening these senses, it's preparing you to take positive action and helping you with support quick thinking and thinking things through with ease. One of the things I love about tiger's eye, and I don't work with tiger's eye as much, it's not one of the ones that vibrates well with me for long periods of time, but it brings in optimism in a situation and that vibration of hope and confidence for your future, and calms feeling you're going to make the wrong decisions.
Amber, we have a quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is from Nicole.
Okay.
Could you please clarify, does smoky quartz clear all overwhelming feelings or specifically overwhelming fear?
It clears all overwhelming feelings. Yeah, it's a good for all overwhelm, but since we're talking about fear, I highlighted fear. But yeah, any overwhelm. Good question. Thank you. Okay, rose quartz is super calming, great heart stone, and It's really good for stressful times. If you're feeling unsupported and going through stress, rose quartz is really calming, and it helps you take on challenges of life with more ease and helps dissolve your fears from emotional wounds, specifically from emotional wounds from it can be present emotional wounds. We go through emotional wounds off and on throughout our life. So that's one of the reasons I love working with rose quartz and black tourmaline together, because they're doing the same thing, those emotional, deep fears and wounds from the past, and how they play out in your future. So rose quartz just adds that soothing part, where black tourmaline doesn't bring in as much of the soothing energy as rose quartz does. And so they work super, super well together. I don't, there was a time when I couldn't use black tourmaline without rose quartz. So it's just a great pair. All right. And of course, rose quartz encourages infinite love and helping you see the best in people. Pink opal, this one, and I say this all the time, I have favorite stones, but then I end up saying they're all my favorite stones. So if I say that too much, it's because I just love stones. But pink opal is great at enhancing self-acceptance and love, and bringing in that calming, centering energy to the parts of you that you may be rejecting about yourself or feeling that other people are rejecting about you. So it supports that emotional balance of matters of the heart and releasing fear and worry. Specifically, and this one's going to take a little bit of explaining, but ridding yourself of fears from breaking old patterns. That kind of sounds weird. Like, what does that mean? So let me try to explain. If it needs clarification, please let me know. So if you think about your life for a minute, do you have old patterns that aren't doing you any good and you don't seem to be able to break free from them? You could ask yourself, what would it mean if I got rid of these old patterns? Like, what fear is behind getting rid of this old pattern? So deep down, there's going to be maybe some fear of change, fear of losing something, like losing a relationship, friendship, losing safety, feeling of belonging. For example, if I want to break a pattern of eating sugar and I don't find out why I haven't been able or been successful at breaking that pattern of eating sugar, it could be tied to my feelings of safety. So the subconscious mind might be saying something like, well, if I stop eating sugar, I'll lose weight. And if I lose weight, I'll feel more attractive. And if I'm more attractive, then I'll get the attention of men. And if I feel unsafe attracting the attention of men, well, I'm not going to go off sugar unless it's just for temporary periods of time, and then I want to give up. And that's all going on in our background noise in our brain. But those are the kind of things that pink opal helps calm those fears so that you can move forward with the goals you're having in mind of changing those old patterns. And similar thing with say we're trying to lose weight, it could be something like, if I lose weight, I'll need new clothes. And if I need new clothes, that means I'll have to spend money, and I can't really afford new clothes right now. So I think in my back of my mind, it's not going to work. I'm just going to eat sugar and stay the same. Those are just some surface level ideas of how your brain might go back to feeling afraid of getting rid of those old patterns. It's really where pink opal comes in, helps calm those fears and helping you change those old patterns. All right. Does that one make sense? Is everyone good? Okay, we'll move on and I will talk about Amazonite, another one of my faves, and I've been using Amazonite like crazy all day yesterday. So Amazonite is a stone of hope. It's also protective, and it's a great communication stone to help you speak your truth and with love from your heart, increasing your self-esteem. One of the real reasons I love Amazonite so much is it helps you with fear of being judged or fear of confrontation. And I don't know why I leave the house without Amazonite everywhere I go. So I'm not a one who loves confrontation. So Amazonite is awesome for those kinds of things, especially if you need to do a little meditation on a specific confrontation that you know is coming up for yourself, which is what I was encountering. And then when you do have the courage to speak. So let me start over. So this helps dispel the fear energy. So you have more time to decide if you're going to take it on or not. You can still take on the energy of fear or the things you don't want. If you don't take that second the stone gives you to kind of decide, okay, I can see this coming. This is not for me. So if confrontation arises, you'll feel more courage to speak your truth. You'll be able to stand up for yourself and make a decision. And if you decide not to join the conflict, then it'll feel more like a choice versus, oh, I didn't speak again and I have regrets. And now I've shifted from having my power and deciding not to, oh, why didn't I say this? Or I could have said this. So that's one of the reasons I love Amazonite. My family uses it for fears, even fears that aren't judgment and confrontation. It still helps ease those too. Yeah. Okay, sodalite is great at grounding. And one of the unique things about sodalite is it's grounding and it helps you with your intuition and awakening your upper chakras. So you release tension and fear by bringing harmony and balance into those spaces with being grounded and connecting to your intuition, helping you release feeling vulnerable when sharing your creativity and your inspired ideas. So if you're feeling stuck and not sure how to share or being nervous about being vulnerable to share your creativity and the things that you're meant to do on this earth, sodalite's a great one to just meditate with. I like to rest it on my third eye while I'm thinking about my fears, picturing that sodalite just helping pull those negative energies out. And we use negative energy a lot for unwanted energy. I know some people don't like the word negative energy, but it's just referring to all those energies that we'd rather not experience, even though they're part of our process. So sodalite, fun fact, is also great for sleep. If you feel like you're needing an extra boost and relaxation before bed. Okay, opalite, it aids in peace and peace for your troubled heart, just increasing that inner strength and personal power, getting rid of worry that is related to transitions or changes. It just helps calming any transition you have to make that you're afraid of or nervous about. Opalite is a man-made stone, so some healers don't love that, but the benefits really come from the metals they place inside the glass. And I've been using it a lot. I feel like it's got great energy. Okay, Triolite. This is a great stone for determination, helping you make decisions and think through decisions. It's enhancing love and acceptance of yourself. And at the same time, it's this amazing stone for fear of death. And you wouldn't necessarily think it could do all those things. But we recently had an experience with my littlest daughter. We had a small earthquake, nothing major here, but it's the beginning of COVID time. And she was afraid to sleep. She was afraid of everything. She just wouldn't sleep alone. Anyway, put this under her pillow after doing some energy releases with her, and she slept so well. And it is, when we have an experience like that, she was afraid of pain, she was afraid of death, and it also helps with bad health. If you're feeling like you're afraid for your health, these are great ways or a great stone to help calm those and bring in your infinite love and acceptance. And it also helps you with a relaxed attitude, helping calm obsessions or compulsions that you might have. It's very protective as well, so it guards you from the negativity that you are experiencing. But it also helps you distinguish, is the negativity I'm feeling real, or is it something my mind has created? So that's awesome. And it's another one that promotes deep sleep. Okay, so all 10 of these are chakra stones. So I put them in this order from Earth Star to Soul Star. So if you wanted to do a layout for yourself with fears in general, you can lay this out and rest in it for about 15 minutes. It is kind of intense, but it feels good when you're done. So just a heads up. That was for me as I practiced with it. So there's also a PDF of all of these stones and a brief description and what chakra they go on from the website, the Essential Nicole, under my stuff. When you put the replay, you can download this. I believe that's where it's going to be. And you can also download a short visualization from there as well. So I did have 3 bonus stones for you because as I've been working with these stones, I just couldn't help myself. So I added 3 more. Blue calcite calms the mind and increases your ability to learn. And it helps you communicate calmly when you're dealing with someone else's views that are different from yours. So especially good at expressing yourself through writing as well. So if you felt like you were a writer and you're having writer's block, I would love to hear how this goes for you if you hold blue calcite for a while, or even while you're writing, and just see if that starts to flow a little easier because you're communicating through writing. And it's really great at helping you with your spiritual gifts and your intuition. Okay. Some things I've been learning about blue calcite as I've been working with it, it absorbs the energy, so it has to be cleared often. And so does black tourmaline. Those two are like the sponge version of the stones, so they need to be cleared regularly. And this helps absorb things from external places and from within. So great at helping you communicate, but it's really good at clearing communication that's brought to you. That's fear communication. That's a word. That's a phrase we're going to start to use. Fear communication. Anyway, through news, through writing, through spoken things that are spoken, any kind of communicated fear is really great at protecting you from that. This stone also protects your yin energy. So ideally, we have a balance of yin and yang energy. And this one I found is just really great protecting that yin side, or your nurturing side, because it brings calming balance. And also, so if you're feeling more like your yang side is dominating right now, bringing that back into balance, blue calcite would help with that. It helps with fears said from you, if you're speaking the fear, or if fears are being said to you about divine feminine strength. And what I mean by this is, if you were ever picking up things from your mother or your grandmother about their worst fears, the fears that they're kind of teaching you to be afraid of throughout the generations, this helps clear those. It helps when you're afraid that you won't be a good mom, or if, say, you feel like you're the worst mom, or you're the worst caregiver, or you're something where it's extremely negative, blue calcite just calms that. It helps, especially if you're doing a meditation about that with blue calcite. You can start to feel calmer, like see all the good parts of you as a mom or a woman, or your caregiving, nurturing side. And this doesn't just for women, men can do the same thing. So, and for example, if you were told to toughen up throughout your childhood, that creates an imbalance in your yin yang energy, and bringing the blue calcite in can help start to mend that feeling of not being able to be sensitive, to be that nurturing person. Okay, flower agate. I love flower agate. It is helping you pursue your dreams, like igniting that passion to pursue your dreams, uncovering your hidden talents, releasing energy from trauma and painful life experiences so that you can feel whole again. Okay. It just encourages you to do this with ease too. It's not a forceful removal or clearing of those types of energy. But really, its specialty for me, as I've been working with it, it protects you from your fears and your own self-doubt. So when you have fears about moving forward with your dreams, with the things you want to go to be your highest potential. And that's what it helps you with. So stopping yourself, if you've ever stopped yourself from going forward with your inspiration, or feeling scared of what work it might take and the effort it might take to get something done, or feeling like I don't want to do that, that's going to be out of my comfort zone, just that fear of breaking free from your comfort zone, or the fear of failing. Okay, all the things that come up when we're trying to pursue our dreams, that's what flower agate helps ease. And it's a lovely, excellent stone. And there's a really cool, see how on the picture there's smaller seed, they call those the seeds, the little smalls, and then there's clusters that more like a blossom, and that would be the flower. So it's helping you move from your seeds to blossoming your highest potential and your purpose. I love that little metaphor. All right, black opal is my personal super deflector of negative energy. I just love how powerful this stone is for shielding when you need to shield and protecting your emotional well-being. And it helps you release those negative thoughts and increase your levels of hope. Okay, and one of the great things about working with black opal is it helps you work through your darkest fears in life. Some of these fears we might not even know are there sometimes. So as you work with this stone, you're really doing deep inner work and helping clear and uplift your spirit from a deep level. And once this is pulling that out, you'll start to feel more happiness and optimism. And another angle of that is black opal protects you from the triggers that can send you to your darkest fears. Say something pops up on the news or on the radio or somewhere unexpected and triggers you into your darkest fears. Well, black opal helps you see that trigger and not make it a choice. Okay, I'm going to change the station. I'm going to do this. I'm removing myself so that I don't keep, and so I won't spiral down. So if you are in that spiral of fear, or you're frozen, you're feeling that panic, black opal can help lift you out of that. Remind you that you're not alone. Bring in the hope in the darkness. It helps you realize you shed light on the dark fear so you can better understand it and release it. It reminds you that darkness only has power where there's no light. Okay? And creating new thought patterns to calm the fear. It just reconnects and softens your heart to divine love, releasing your heart from the weight of fear. So black opal is usually a root chakra stone. I've been finding that as you use it with your heart, if you have two, you can use it on your heart and your root to really connect those again, because we want to move forward in love and we also want to feel safe. And those are the two great spots black opal can help us. So we're going to choose wisely. We're going to run through this pretty quickly so we have some time at the end. But choose wisely. And why I say that is, but just like before, what resonates with you will help you the most. When it doesn't resonate, it can bring out irritability and things like that. And I want to double check, teach you a way to pick the right stone for you, so you're getting the best benefits. And if it's the wrong stone, I really don't use it. If it stands out to you and it's beautiful to you, that doesn't always mean that it is the stone for you to wear all day. So just muscle test yourself. I'm going to show you a way to do that if you don't know how. I'm sure a lot of you do, but I'm just going to run through that quickly. Because if you're using a stone that makes you grumpy, you're going to put it down, think this whole thing is hogwash, and never look at stones again. I don't want that. It would be a shame to have you not get the help you need. Okay. The sway test is one of my favorites. It tells you a lot about your energy. We won't talk about that today, but so when you close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and you stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, you want to test, your body will start to sway back and forth as you're thinking about something. When you pull forward, you want that to be your yes. So if you say in your mind a truth, which could be your name, because you know that's your truth. If you pull backwards on your name, then your energy might be reversed And there's some things we need to do that. So if you want to go ahead and take a second and just close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and say your name over and over, and let your body show you where you're at. And we'll talk about what to do if there's anyone who's going backwards, just in case anyone watching the recording goes backwards or not. But as you're doing that, I'm just gonna walk through what's next. We wanna make sure you're not reversed in your energy. When we're reversed, it's hard to see the good in our day, and we wanna reverse that. So we do that by tapping on the fleshy part of your hand under your pinky, using the other hand, all 4 fingers. We just tap there 35 times. And if you're someone who likes to be balanced, you can do both sides, but it doesn't matter which side you do. This is just helping ground you and bring that energy back into the normal, natural flow. So as you do that, then you would retest your name. So you test until you're going forward on your name. If you're going side to side or swaying like this, then we would want to do the same kind of thing, 35 times, tapping on your sternum bone here right above your chest. Just gently tapping there 35 times to recenter you, because this means your body's not quite centered at the moment. And there's lots of reasons why that happens. That would be a class for another time. But get yourself centered, going forward on a truth. And then you will muscle test using the same method. You don't have to have the stone with you, but if there was a stone on that list that you thought, I could use that stone, just think of that stone's name and put your hands back on your heart, thinking that stone's name, and it will let you know if it will resonate with you or not. So it'll say no going backwards, or yes, pulling you forward. And that would be a really excellent stone for you to use in any kind of release, but especially if it says yes, you can use it throughout your day. So you could wear that your entire day. If it says no, please don't wear it throughout your day. It can make for a bad day. All right. So before we do anything else, we're going to do a little clearing. I'm going to have you we're picking up a lot of energy sometimes from other places, especially right now with all the world is going through. We're just going to quickly get rid of the energy that's not from within you, that's not yours. I said that weird, but the energy that's not really yours. Okay, we're going to see, if you want to go ahead and close your eyes while you do this. And you're going to see white light start to spin counterclockwise, starting at the base of your feet, swiftly swirling around your body, up and out the top of your head, counterclockwise. This white light swirl is going to, and it's pretty swift. So it's going to go swirling through you out to higher power. And we just want to make sure we are thanking higher power for helping you with this extra unwanted energy, with love and gratitude for higher power's help. And we're going to do this 3 times. And if you feel like you need an extra powerful 4th time, make sure that last one is super swift and big and bright, and just lifting anything that's not yours up and out to your source and higher power. And as soon as you've done that, you're going to see higher power collect your personal strength, rejuvenate it, and send it back to you clockwise. And it's going to come down your head clockwise, white light spinning, filling you up like a cup until you're overflowing. So you do that, see that white light coming in clockwise till you are full and overflowing. And you're doing that, we are just clearing out the clutter that's not yours, so that you're centered and grounded and ready to go. And once you do that, if you want to grab water or grab a grounding stone, like we listed a couple, black tourmaline, smoky quartz, garnet, even sodalite, to keep you grounded as we do this process. So we're going to do a short visualization on how to release these tensions, okay? Before we do that though, as you're gathering your water, I just want you to know there's ways to use these stones throughout your day to help you continue to have that relief and calmness from fear. One of them is wearing it throughout your day if you've tested, right? And then clearing that stone regularly so it can keep doing its work for you. and then relaxing with the stone for about 15 minutes. And I'll teach you the specific. So that 15 minute exercise is going to be in a download for you. We're going to go a little deeper today with the visualization if you're ready. So go ahead, you have your water, your grounding stone. If you don't have a grounding stone, that's where the water comes in. So that when you're done, you can take a drink and bring your body back into your spirit back into your body. Okay, so we're gonna have you get in a relaxing position and find somewhere comfy. And take some deep breaths. And with every deep breath you take, as you exhale, all your muscles relax into your chair or your bed, or wherever you are. And keep breathing in deep, exhaling out all the tension. Now, sometimes we just need to see the dirt in order to clean the dirt. So I'm not going to leave you in a place where you're focusing on fear, but we are going to go there for a minute to find where your body's storing this fear. So pick one of the fears that you're having right now, one that you'd like help working on. I'm just going to have you start to think about that fear and notice where your body gets tight. Notice where any tension shows up. It could feel a little bit painful. It could feel heavy. It can feel like a cloud is over you. Just as you're breathing and relaxing and thinking, I'm afraid of this conversation I have to have, or I'm afraid of what's happening in the world right now. Where does your body get tight? As soon as you have that spot, if you have a stone with you that we went over today or anything, place that stone right on that spot. If you don't have a stone, that's okay. We're going to begin to see white light start to spin counterclockwise around the heaviness that showed up, around the tension, and see the white light start to lift and dissolve and pull away. It's pretty much just like a spiral of white light, and it goes all the way up and out to your higher power, to your source, with love and gratitude for all the help. And we're just going to take a couple minutes in silence while you do this. And I can answer any questions at the end. If something feels too heavy or some concerns come up for you, we can talk about that. But trust that the white light is stronger than anything else. And grow that white light bigger and brighter, and see it just easing that burden. It's taking that burden to your source to help you with it, so you don't have to carry it so heavy. And if you finish a little earlier than everyone else, you could take the stone off as soon as you're done releasing and feel that heaviness lift or the tension lift. Go ahead and remove the stone. There's some pretty heavy feelings on this call. So if you're feeling willing, I'm happy to put intention out there to help you with this. So anyone who's willing, I'm just sending that love to you. All right. If it's still leaving, go ahead and keep seeing that white light spinning counterclockwise, lifting it out. And I'm just going to go through the next step for those of you who are ready. Remove your stone, and you're going to see higher power or source collecting your personal strength from wherever it was taken or given. It was not meant to be taken or given. Collecting that, rejuvenating it, and recycling it, and sending it back to you clockwise, white light, into that space you just released. Spinning clockwise, white light right in there, filling you up, filling that emptiness that was just taken. And as soon as you feel like you've seen all of it come back to you, see it start to spread through your whole body, going down your legs into your toes, filling your whole leg all the way up to your hips, up through your torso, seeing it spread through your belly, all the way up to your chest and through your arms, seeing it go into your fingertips, and your toes and fingers are like flashlights, shining this beautiful strength that just got rejuvenated for you. Filling up your neck and your head, and you're all of a sudden just full of this bright white light, your personal strength that you need to move forward through whatever is in your future. And go ahead and take a drink. And I hope you're feeling a lot more relaxed. And you might need to do that a couple of times if the tension's not gone, or if you have new things come up in your day. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? Oh, one thing before you ask questions. Just some signs that you're releasing is you might feel like crying or laughing. Whichever emotion comes up, let it out. You might feel really tired, start to yawn. Don't hold the yawns back. Just let whatever happen. And if you might feel warmth as it's releasing. That's normal, and it will cool off. So as you're done releasing, that warmth will cool off. You'll feel the shift. You will start to feel lighter as that heat sensation lifts. All right. Does anyone have questions for me? Well, that's good news. That means nothing got stuck and we're all able to progress, I hope.
Or they're still processing and aren't sure what happened.
Yes.
It was amazing feeling that, and I appreciate you walking us through all the crystals and then that visualization.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions? Go ahead and click down on the chat. If you don't, maybe just a comment or anything that needs to be cleared that Amber can help clear. We have about 5 more minutes left. And I really learned so much new information today about crystals. I have a hard time with how to use crystals in my daily life. Like I just have like a couple things that I use. And so I really appreciate how in-depth you went. And the language that you used really resonated with me.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, as I spend time with the stones, and I don't have this extensive knowledge about all of them because I don't get to spend time with every single one because there's so many. But when I spend time with them, they just let me know how they can be used. They're tools for us, and they want to help us. And so it's fun to work with them.
Yeah. And I did go check to see, because you had mentioned the PDF and the other healing, and we will get that up,
Oh, okay.
especially with the replay. So it may be a user error on my end. So I'll have Nicole say,
I only got it
"Oh,
to.
silly, it's over here." So.
It's probably that I didn't get it to you guys in time because I kept adding to it. So it was kind of like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna send it. Only 3 bonus stones. I can't keep going.
I love it. Well, and it'll be great because it'll get uploaded then with the replay, which will be fantastic because then everyone will be able to find it all in the same location, which will be good.
Okay, good. I
All
was very
right.
thorough, I guess.
Yes, very thorough. And I want to thank you again so much for saying yes to bringing this incredible 12-hour day of collective healing to everyone, not just live today, but for the future replays that we can all use. It's wonderful to have the crystals, and Nicole is also saying this was wonderful. Thank you so much. But it's just learning more about what we have in our toolbox to help us through when we're having challenges and need to shift energies. And hopefully your contact information also is been made available to Nicole, so we can have that under your session bio, so that if people want to reach out and talk to you more about crystals and receive healing, that they can do that as well.
Yeah, it's Amber at Habit Rebel and at habitrebel.com. That's also my website. So you can contact me either way.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And remember, everyone, as part of your registration, as I mentioned, you will get the replay and you can use that as often as you need. Thank you so much. And
Okay, thank
have
you.
a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.